Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for our daily Oracle and Tarot card reading. And today's reading is going to be for Tuesday, November the 16th. And all week long, we're going to be using the Oracle Tarot. This is a beautiful, beautiful deck of cards, which I instantly connected to as soon as I started using it. And let's get started with the reading. As I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. Okay, and the first card is card number 50, the Cauldron. Okay, and the next card, oops, upside down. Okay, it's Excess. And this is card number 28. And last card, let's just take it from the top. Okay, and this one is Completion, card number 63. Okay, so the Cauldron. And that's exactly what it is, a cauldron. Okay, and there's a pair of hands down here. Okay. And the card reads, Inner Alchemy, Mastery, Spiritual Renewal, Consecrate, Contain Rejuvenation, Discerning Wisdom. Yes, when I think of a cauldron, I think of a lot of things being added. Okay, a lot of different things being stirred around, a lot of things coming together. It's just like when you have a recipe. The ingredients don't mean much on their own, but when you combine everything together, it can make something really fabulous. And this card here, what I get with the cauldron, what I get from Spirit is rejuvenation, okay, and discerning wisdom. It's like in the spiritual renewal, it's like we've learned something, okay? We feel rejuvenated. It's giving us maybe a different perspective on life. Okay, maybe some of you out there are starting to explore your spirituality and you're seeing your life and the world with a brand new set of eyes. Maybe you're changing your perspective on a lot of things. Whatever it is, I would say that it's something positive, because when I think of the word rejuvenation, I think of someone who's well rested, someone who feels alive. You know, maybe a lot of you have been feeling very stagnant, just going through the motions of life, stressed out, feeling over-obligated, rushed around, anxious. This card here telling me spiritual renewal. Maybe you're starting to delve into spirituality for the first time. This could be someone who's been practicing their spirituality for quite a while. Okay, but when I think of the word mastery, I think of someone who's very, very serious about what they're taking on. Let's see what the other cards say that line up with this. Okay, we have card 28, Excess. It's a very colorful card. And if you look closely, this person at the very bottom is kneeling down, and all of these rocks, all of these boulders and stones are on his back like the weight of the world, pushing down, crushing him. And when I look at this, it's saying stress, overload, exhaustion. Yes, the feeling of exhaustion just called out to me as soon as I looked at this. Like a burden, something weighing you down like these rocks on his back. Something that's dragging you down. He's not standing up looking at the sky. He's crawling on all fours. And those rocks are very, very heavy. He's not carrying a bale of straw on his back. Okay, he doesn't have something light by any means. These are the heaviest things that could possibly be on his back. And what I get from Spirit when I look at this, it's burdens, worries, a breaking point. Like, yes, and literally, the rocks, rock bottom. That's what I get. And like I was just saying, was it yesterday or the day before? about how sometimes things have to hit rock bottom and get really bad in order for improvements to happen. I know that's how things have taken place in my life because I was a very tolerable person of a lot before. That was the old me. Now I don't have much of a tolerance when things are difficult like this. I don't make excuses for people or things anymore. Okay, I look to see what I could do about it. And this here is telling me that someone out there is really struggling. They're at their breaking point. They really, truly are. Maybe their relationship is to the point where it's beyond repair, or maybe it's a job that you're just so unfulfilled, so disgusted that you're ready to give your 2 weeks notice. There's something weighing us down, okay? And this is a man who is struggling. This is a man who is worried, okay? And worry is one of the most unproductive emotions that there are because it never stops anything. It only causes you to actually suffer twice. You worry about something bad happening, so you're struggling and you're making yourself miserable by worrying. And then if it does happen and something bad does occur, you're suffering again. So keep in mind that worry is one of the most unproductive things you can do with your energy. Someone out there is burdened and they're at their breaking point. And sometimes, like I said, that is a good thing. That could very much be a good thing because it's finally getting your attention. You can't take it anymore. And then the last card is completion. And it's a marathon runner. And they're bursting through, as you can see, the tape. And their hands are up in the air. They're looking up into the heavens. The confetti's flying. They completed something. They got to the finish line. And this card is saying final attainment, victory, a crescendo, a job well done, perfection, peak performance, prudence. So yes, whatever it is that we're trying to master in our lives, okay, maybe a spiritual path or maybe a spiritual way of looking at things. It may seem like it was brought on by maybe something like this where you finally realize that there's a better way, an easier way to live your life, or you're tired of not enjoying your life and you're making some changes because it had hit rock bottom, whatever it was, to finally wake you up. And then this card here tells us we're going to be successful, okay? You had to go through this bad in order to realize something had to go or something needed to be improved. And then this is what you're going to get, okay? This card confirms that you will attain whatever it is you're setting your mind on, okay? Whether it's something like inner peace, being a more relaxed, calm person, or maybe it's going after a different career, maybe finally realizing that you're in the wrong career. And victory. Yes, victory. Job well done. We might not be at the end, okay, of completing what it is that we set out to do. Again, things don't happen overnight. But this is a good sign that whatever we're doing up to this point, if we followed the steps last week and started making those changes and started, living our life for how we want it to be and not just accepting what is, you're going to be victorious. Rome wasn't built in a day. Things take years. Sometimes it may take a lifetime. But as long as you're enjoying each and every step and you're taking the necessary steps, that's what matters. If you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel because I'll be back.